I do believe that we need as much competition as possible for the sanctity of the industry.
Mm-hmm.
So I send a hopefully inspirational message on leadership and what it takes to him at one point, and I've never heard anything back. I emailed Tony, not at all with an intent to get a job. That's how I led off the email, but it was when all the initial Punk and Young Buck and all that thing went off. Just because I thought he might be a guy who lacked anybody that would just, he doesn't have a close relationship with to tell him, something. It was just like an inspirational leadership message. Just like, because in theory, I do believe that we need as much competition as possible for the sanctity of the industry.
Mm-hmm.
So I send a hopefully inspirational message on leadership and what it takes to him at one point, and I've never heard anything back. So
nothing. He was probably, to Tony's defense, he was probably booking the match with Kenny Omega. That's probably what happened. So,
and I didn't expect it nor want it, but then I think he does need.
Why wouldn't you expect it? What makes him better than you? I mean, you've got a name in the industry.
Fair
You've
question.
proven yourself. Why wouldn't you expect to hear back from Tony Khan?
I wouldn't expect it because I wouldn't expect him to have the humility quite yet.
I can see that. I can see that. Probably too proud to admit that he made this email might have some a lot of truth points to it, but I'm not going to humble myself to say, okay, well, yeah, you're right. Because that would.
It was more of really just a reach out for somebody we don't know each other. That is you got it, man. If you hang in there, this is a rough part of it. So and then I kind of did also throw in the fact that it kind of sucks too when people are just talking about you on the internet. You didn't do anything wrong, and they just kind of made things up, right? Okay.
Yeah. So it just seems like this is just into more low morale. You know what I mean? And so you worked with Jericho for many years. For Punk to throw him under the bus like that, do you think is substantiated, Vince, from your time with Jericho?
Bro, again, EC3 being one of the boys will tell you, bro, when you're at that level for so long, you're not at that level for that long if you're not playing the game. No way in heck. No way. To have that type of a run for so long on top, you've got to be playing that political game. You have to be, bro. You wouldn't even be in the game if you weren't playing the game. And bro, I'm talking about guys like Taker. I'm talking about guys like Cena. I'm talking about guys like The Rock. I'm talking about guys that I think were great guys. Don't get me wrong, man. Jericho's a great guy. All those guys I mentioned were great guys. It's part of the game, bro. If that is what you're going to do and you want to be on top and you want to stay on top, that goes along with the job. So, I don't look at, Chris or any of these guys in a negative way at all. That's the job. And you know what, bro? I found over the years, when I looked at guys like Triple H and I looked at guys like Shawn Michaels, bro, those guys that were on top were just better at the game. Yeah. That's really what it came down to. And like I said, bro, I'm not saying that in a negative way. EC3 will tell you that's a huge part of the business. And you know what? It's funny, bro, because, CM Punk hasn't had the career of a Chris Jericho. He's been in and out, and there have been some problems, and there has been a lot of this because a guy like CM Punk chooses not to play the game. So that's his prerogative. But bro, if you want to reach a certain level and make a certain amount of money, there is a game that needs to be played.
Yeah, I don't know if he's not playing it as much as he's just not playing it the way they are. I think politics has this dirty stigmata to it, but politics is necessary. Politics doesn't mean you're a bad person or doing bad things. Politics is just the way that you communicate your wants, needs, and desires to the people that are in charge of making the decisions, and also offering your value and your insight to help them along their way to hopefully create a better product. I mean, politics become bad when it's very selfish and frivolous and you're hogging everything, but it's not bad to believe. It's like politics in real life. Like, I guess, not really, but a politician, you would think, is getting into politics to better the community, the country, whatever they're fighting for, in their way, their best way possible. Whether you agree with it or not doesn't matter. That would be the idea of being a politician, is to create change for the better for others, to have service towards others. There's a quote, I think it's like, war is politics by other means. Playing the game is wrestling by other means. It's necessary.
Indeed.